That's the hope, and that's the thing that everyone is looking forward to, that there will be vaccines very soon for us to be able to beat this pandemic. I'm joined by Suchitra Ella, who is the Joint Managing Director of Bharat Biotech. Thank you, Ms. Ella, for joining us. First of all, you have partnered with the University of Wisconsin, I understand, and also with the vaccine company FluGen, CoroFlu, you're calling it. What kind of a vaccine is this? And I believe it's only going to be a nasal drop, something as simple as that.
Good morning, Uma, and hi to you again. Glad to connect this morning with you and NDTV. Yes, Uma, as we had mentioned this earlier, our platform technology is being technically partnered with the University of Wisconsin-Madison and also a biotech company, FluGen, where currently this the animal trials are being conducted as we speak. And we hope to, work on this platform technology because it has been proven for the flu virus earlier. So we find this to be a very apt way of getting the COVID-19 spike protein into this platform and taking it forward as a potential vaccine candidate. Yes, it could be. See, vaccines, Uma, can be.
So when can we actually expect?
I'll just finish that last one point for you. Vaccine can be delivered in different forms, Uma. You are aware of that. For example, the polio drops. It is an oral drop. So vaccine has different delivery models. But this time around, the route that we want to take is the nasal route. And we hope and we are working towards getting that delivery model to a successful closure.
I understand there should be some 80 different kind of attempts being made for a vaccine. How soon do you hope that your vaccine can actually be the market? You're talking about animal trials right now. Human trials will also have to happen. And also, if this virus really mutates, all these vaccines, do they still hold good?
Uma, the first and foremost thing would be to prove safety in animals, which is a universal protocol, and it is not specific to our vaccine or any other vaccine. Yes, there are world over many groups that are working in the deployment of a potential vaccine candidate, which could give us the results that we are all looking for. But once these laboratory processes and the testing in animals get completed and then the human testing starts, that is when the game shifts to the manufacturing facilities like ours, where the large scale up in volumes would be necessary. So essentially, the more vaccine candidates that we have in the research and the development aspects would be actually good for the world at large, because we are looking at a huge, we know the population of the world, and there is no country out there that doesn't would not want it. So I guess the better of the technologies, the stronger of the technologies, and the variations can be handled, Uma, because again, influenza is a virus which comes around every year annually in many parts of the world, and the virus is known to mutate. So, but still, at the beginning of the year, the authorities like the World Health Organization, the international agencies, the Centers for Disease Control in the US, all of them would predict the kind of mutation or the changes or the adaptation that the virus itself would have gone through. And so that is then informed to the scientific community and to the vaccine manufacturing community at large. And vaccines are made available before the beginning of the flu season each year pertaining to that particular strain, which would be virulent that year. So this can be handled, and it has been done in the past. with flu especially, which is a classic example. And we are pretty hopeful that we would be able to deploy a similar, a route or take the similar path if it comes to the COVID-19 as well.
Yes, just one last very short question. What kind of a timeline
Yes,
are you looking for? We are hoping, of course, that all goes well with the human trials, animal trials first, and then the human trials as well. When can we actually expect a vaccine in the market?
I know your question is quick, but my answer may not be that quick and fast as you can do it. But as I have told in the past, and would also like to reiterate that normal vaccine development is a very long game. But this one being a pandemic scenario, again, I would cite a previous example for the benefit of the viewers and all of you, is that when the H1N1, the swine flu pandemic was going around, all of us came together and we could develop vaccines in 12 to 18 months. So we are hoping that this kind of a emergency situation which the whole world is under definitely would call for a lot of collaborative efforts, partnerships, and facilitation by the national and international regulatory authorities and agencies, public health agencies. And I'm sure we would be close to getting a very effective, safe and effective vaccine as soon as possible. Because we understand that time is of the essence.
Okay, thank you so much, Suchitra, for joining us with all those details, and I do hope for your sake and our sake and the world's sake that we do have it earliest. Bharat Biotech, of course, has had the experience of bringing 16 commercial vaccines into the world, and including the H1N1 vaccine in 2009, which was able to take care of the 2009 pandemic. Thank you so much for joining us.